Hey, IDS 302. It is, what is it, Monday, November 2nd, 2020, as if you needed to know that, right? I haven't yawned yet, so I expect to yawn about 6 times during this video. It's about 1:50 p.m. And let's get rolling on Module 3. A big welcome to Module 3. Okay, so let's just start looking backwards first before we look forward. On Saturday, I sent an announcement, talked about simplifying that overarching research question, which is the title of your paper. You know the one, right? What are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank revealed in a survey of random adults? I also said be sure to not capitalize your topic in the question if it's not a proper noun. Generally, that means marijuana and climate change are not capitalized, but Black Lives Matter and LGBTQ plus are. Okay, so those of you that are still capitalizing in your papers, marijuana, alternative medicine, artificial intelligence, I've got a number of them, and I'm still getting capitalized, and you're going to get dinged for them. Okay, um, I've been made that clear since day one. So it's just I hate to see people lose cheap points, but you know I scored the step twos that were submitted, about 36 or 37 of them. I'll say that about 17 got 70 or over out of the 75. Remainder got under it. If you got under it, it was typically because your formatting was off still. You didn't use good sources. You didn't use enough sources. You didn't you missed spelling and grammar and capitalization and citations and I've talked about this and I have been talking about it and I'll continue to talk about it. This is what you're getting graded on in this class. I don't know about alternative medicine, marijuana, CBD oil, or this stuff. I don't know about that stuff. That's going to be up to you to find it. What I am doing is critiquing how you're finding, what you're finding, how you're putting it on the paper, and the formatting. If the formatting is getting dinged the most, then you know you're writing it well, but you're giving away points, cheap ones that I'm not going to change. I'm not changing my style. Okay. I've talked to my colleagues about this. I cannot draw a line at that. I've been very specific in lists of what I require, and there's writing tutors, etc. Okay. So also, I would like you to, um, for example, the title of each step, you can kind of put it concisely, like for that step one, put, Tanner step one, dot, dot, define a complex problem, right? Tanner step two, justify an interdisciplinary response, whatever it is, okay? I think that's the best way to title your paper. You know what a running head is? Most people are giving me nice running heads. If not, you can give me your heading at page one, but do not repeat that heading in page 1, 2, 3, 4. It does nothing but look like you're trying to waste space, okay? Again, we have a writing tutoring center that's welcome, online students because everybody's online, right? All right, quiz 2. A lot of people really blew it on question 2. You blew it on question 1 if you didn't use terminology from the text, and if it didn't use terminology from the text, I would question whether you even have the text. So some people might be trying to get through this class without buying the text. It's not going to work. I mean, I don't know how you think it's going to work, okay? So you can't wing it, all right? If on Q2, I put 2 disciplines minimum. A lot of people wrote 2 disciplines. That was the minimum. You can't get a superior score with the minimum, okay? Just recognize that, please, all right? So I even used the terminology in that question was you can reach here as in you can consider fields which in the end may not be as good of a fit as you thought, but here in this analysis are welcome to consider. I was expecting 5, 6, okay? Most people gave me 2. They gave me the 2 that they were using. That's weak sauce, people. That's weak sauce, just so you know, okay? If you do the minimum anywhere in life, don't expect the maximum. You know, hey, that's a, wow. I had to write a book around that one. Okay, so let's go with, I got through that already? Wow. Okay, let's go to Easter egg number 1, and let's just call it doing the minimum equals C. All right, so just so you know, okay? Just so you know. All right, I had a Quest brownie bar and got under my fingernail. That's pretty nasty. All right, let's talk about Module 3 now, moving forward. Readings include Tanner Chapter 9, Describing Interdisciplinary Integrative Learners. It's about 10 pages. Tanner Chapter 10, Issues on Global Perspectives and Team Leadership. It's about 6 pages. And then finally, Tanner Chapter 11, Constructing Interdisciplinarity option. No, it's not optional. 8 pages. I have optional in there, sorry, because I know people won't read it then. Then there's Benson's 5 Arguments Against Interdisciplinary Studies. It's about a 7-page attachment. And Thomas Benson, was a great man, author in terms of interdisciplinary studies. He went and played devil's advocate long time ago, 1982, when I was still older than you, for the most part. Thomas Benson played the devil's advocate into why interdisciplinary studies just wouldn't work, why it wasn't taken seriously, what were some of the arguments against it. It's a very important article to learn what your adversaries are saying, I guess, right? But then Bill Newell came back, and in a 14-page response to Benson, he wrote a paper where he systematically went and explained and went back, pushed back on each of Benson's arguments. This, I think, are just invaluable tools for you as graduating with a degree in interdisciplinary studies to know what the heck you're talking about, right? Valuable. I would open those PDFs and save them, okay? If you think you know. So, okay. And then I have a video there to watch. I just moved it into the learning materials because it's already in the step 3 page, but you shouldn't waste time on that. Watch that video. It's less than 5 minutes, I think. It's how to create a annotated bibliography. That's your step 3, and we'll get to talking about that, but it's a good video to watch, and I'll emphasize things in a little while here. All right, so then you're going to do a discussion board on becoming an interdisciplinarian, okay? Remember this terminology. You're not becoming an interdisciplinary. You're becoming an interdisciplinarian, okay? I know it's a mouthful, but I'm going to ding you if you're just saying how to become an interdisciplinary. You can't become an interdisciplinary. You can become an interdisciplinarian, okay? All right, do a discussion board on this. Utilize Benson and Newell. It's in the instructions. If you come in with your generic jack of all trades stuff, or you come in with things like that you brought into your 301 class, no, this is a demonstration of what do I know now that I didn't know before about being an interdisciplinarian. I put word minimums in there because I can see when I didn't put them in the responses last time, people just blew them off. Okay. You got to be careful about being a what's the minimum culture. Okay. Doesn't get you anywhere. You can tell that's like a bee in my bonnet. Oh boy, let's go to the 1800s for that one. All right. So, okay. Now, Easter egg number 2 is use material from readings. Now, I put down or else, but I don't mean like that. Use material from the readings. It's your Easter egg number 2, okay? because going back to the, what did we just do? The discussion or something. Students took advantage of me giving them the free answers, right? I saw you bolded terminology from the text. I was like, yes. And then some of you made me play that wild goose chase, look around, and some of you didn't even give me a paragraph, a break in the writing. You just said, here it is. It's all yours to read. I take that personally. You have no consideration or concern for others. It's not a good look. Boy, I'm so bitter today, aren't I? No, there's a lot of students just doing fabulous in this class. Again, like I said, more A's than ever. All right. So then you're going to get into a primary / peer reviewed data collection discussion board. Let's go to that right away because why can't I get there? Oh, these are announcements on the announcements page. Speaking of announcements and emails or whatever, read them, assimilate them, meaning that they become part of you, right? Because it's important that you understand. Because I'm just trying to, in this fast class, to get your game stepped up quickly. Okay, if we had 13, 15 weeks, we'd be taking this step by step a little bit. Hey, Benevento scored, nice. Then we'd be, working on this. But I am pushing fast and hard. I know I am. I understand completely. Okay, and I think you've shown that you can be really successful on this. But I guess the frustrating thing for me, because I'm frustrated on your behalf, it's an empathetic frustration, is that I've talked about works cited lists since day one, and people still aren't doing them correctly. And that just tells me that they either don't care, they don't review the material, they don't want to know. And that's frustrating, okay? Because I hate dinging people for that. It feels very punitive, but I've been really clear about it, okay? So let's go to module 3, your primary data collection. This is actually not a discussion board. It's just a page. So important though, because to conduct this actual research, again, we need to collect our own data. That's called primary data, right? And we're going to do it how? Quantitative survey, correct. So you're going to go to surveymonkey.com, sign up for an account. Do not pay any money ever. Last year, I think it was fall B, I had a student like after the fact, hey, we're supposed to pay $300 to get our data from SurveyMonkey? I said, no, it was like right in front of you. And I emphasized $300. You're blowing my mind. Oh, it's okay. It was my dad's credit card. All right, then. Okay. But don't pay money ever. We'll talk about these surveys real soon. But for now, I just like you to begin to familiarize yourself with looking at the survey, looking at the page so we can get into it, okay? I will demonstrate creating a survey on video, all right? We're gonna do a video where you actually see my screen and I show you what to do. And then I'll probably do a follow-up video, either be more screen or just me like this, okay? All right, and remember your research data question. There it is again. Question, use word for word, comma for comma. All right, okay. All right, now, yeah, there will be assignment coming up where you post your link, but let's go into, I want to talk about this discussion board. Let's see, is that what I'm talking about next? Yeah, okay, because jump ahead to step 3, the last thing we're doing in this module course. It's an annotated bibliography. All right, it's where you really have to show up with good sources. Okay, your step 1, step 2, I saw a lot of improvement from some people, and I saw other people that just didn't improve a bit. Please, no Huffington Post, no Forbes, no Wikipedia, no anything that has a .com. Okay, stay away to be safe. All right, that's not to say it's always like that, but in this class, when you're learning the foundations, because you know why? I'd love for most of you to be rule breakers. It doesn't sound like it, right? The way I follow these rules, but again, I don't know if I talked about this in this class, but anybody know Jackson Pollock? An artist from the 40s or 50s or something. He's the guy, if you see his paintings, looks like just dribbling of paint all over the place. And they're hanging at the National Art Museum. I've seen it in Washington, D.C. and love the guy, great movie. Of course, he died young, alcoholism. People look at that, and one of the first things people will say to themselves is, I could do that. I can do that. Yeah, you can. But guess what? You didn't because he knew what the rules were and he went ahead and broke them. He went ahead and pushed farther out. So to be a good rule breaker, you need to first know the rules. Then you break them. It's not about dumb luck. It's about giving yourself a foundation to understand and then move past it. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this discussion board that's due on, and by the way, you'll see annotated bibliography not due until the 10th. So I'm giving you extra time. But if you do it the last day and you try to turn it in right before midnight, it doesn't go through, I'm not cutting any breaks. Okay. Again, if you're going to wait till the last minute, well, whatever. Okay. So you can see it's pretty self-explanatory. This is the test for you to see if you can get these peer-reviewed primary sources. Give me a call and let me know. Not give me a call. Shoot me an email if you need help with this, but it's pretty self-explanatory. And this is going to be a great foundation for your annotated bibliography. What I'm making you do actually here is looking for your sources before you do the annotated bibliography so I can warn you ahead of time. Hey, 10,000 steps, it's going off. So I can warn you ahead of time that no, this isn't going to work, or yes, these are going to work. Okay. So look at the sample again when you get to the annotated bibliography. This is going to be tricky for you folks who just refuse to get involved with formatting whatsoever. It's not part of your nature, whatever. You're going to get hurt here because if you see the video, 5 minutes, you can see how precise formatting needs to be. I'm not the only lunatic professor instructor out there, okay? So check that out. One thing before I close up here, I had a link. Which one was this? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm not going to send you through this too much, but Florida ants decorate nests with ant skulls they kill. Okay, so I wanted to show you this because this is research. Okay, it's a video. I don't know if you want me to include that, but they're talking about they spray them with acid. But it's research. It's research out in the natural world that was very intriguing as I read about it. And I just thought I'd point that out again because, again, consuming news, consuming it, right? Getting the good stuff, understanding what it means to see research that's peer-reviewed, that's legit, that's the best we got. Maybe proven false later, but it's the best we got now, right? Okay, so for Easter egg number 3, I'm sure you can maybe guess what it is as I explain or plead. I know I'm forgetting something, but I'm going to plead with you to make sure you vote. Okay? I like to see people that are exercising their civic duty, their civic right, the thing that people have fought for a long time, and they're still fighting for that in other countries. For women that did not get the right to vote since about 100 years ago, maybe less. Damn it, their team scored. For African Americans that were considered 3/5 of a human being when this country was founded, to work up to civil rights, to a right to vote, and between those times to have the Emancipation Proclamation and etc. This country is really young. It's really young contextually. Look at Egypt and some of these other countries, thousands of years old. We got nothing. We're not exceptional because we can lose it all like that. And I think we're finding that out. So I'm not telling you what to vote for by any means, but I'm just saying vote. Exercise your civic duty. Okay? Feel good about when you do it, right? Right, there's mine. So that's all Easter egg number 3 is. Right, repeat all that. No, just don't do that. It's vote, okay? Easter egg number 3 is vote. Coming up on 20 minutes. I will talk to you soon. Keep sending that work in. Keep getting a hold of me with questions, comments, or concerns. And I will say peace, forks up, peace.